welcome to this edition of UCentral News. I'm Eden Jones.
And I'm Jackson Rowbottom. Today, many joined in a student-run protest in the liberal arts atrium. The protest was in the wake of looming budget cuts and faculty layoffs. Here's what people had to say.
I feel like the current situation is really unprecedented. I think that this is a threat to all college universities with tenured and tenure-track professors. This is going to set a precedent, and we want to stand in solidarity with our professors because 40 of them will be losing their jobs in July. I can't say what to do because there's only so much I can do, but I can tell you that we stand with them.
I'm a STEM major personally, but I've taken classes in a lot of the colleges and a lot of departments, and all these professors.
Governor Kevin Stitt signed a bill into law today that prevents transgender girls and women from competing on female sports teams. Stitt joins dozens of other states with similar laws that limits the trans community. The law now applies to female sports teams in both high school and college.
And UCentral's Michaela Todd gave us an in-depth look at how transgender youth is affected by these continued limitations, and here's what she found.
Young students like these are having their body autonomy discussed in the courts of Arkansas and Texas. These two states were recently trying to ban gender-affirming surgeries for transgender youths.
I believe it's ridiculous because they come at it as this moral aspect, and they don't talk about the scientific reasoning for it.
This bans doctors from performing hormone treatments, puberty blockers, or surgery to anyone under 18. These treatments could help improve young people's mental health and could possibly be life-saving.
Trans people are one of the most at-risk populations for suicide, depression, substance abuse, homelessness, and so they're disproportionately affected by these things. And so, you know, like we have the Don't Say Gay bill in Florida, and it's just a way for people to try and erase queer people, and it's not possible. You can't.
Without these treatments, the lives of our transgender youths could be at stake. Even with medical groups such as American Academy of Pediatrics opposing the ban, these states are still trying to fight for these bans to pass.
The repercussions of it are tenfold, and you know, we need to keep these kids safe.
From Edmond, Oklahoma, Michaela Todd, UCentral News.
Thank you, Michaela. And we've seen a huge temperature drop overnight here in Edmond. It's pretty chilly outside.
Yeah, we had about a 15 degree temperature drop. We were in the almost 80s, and now we're back in the 50s. And we're going to go over to CJ, who's got more for us. CJ, what can you tell us?
That's right, guys. It definitely is a bit of a shock for us here in Oklahoma as we're back down to that colder temperature, especially after that storm system moved in last night, brought with it some colder temperatures, some hail, some tornadoes with that storm. And so we're going to see that the effects of that stick around for the next couple of days around here. Sitting here in Edmond at about 46 degrees under scattered shower conditions. Now, these showers will be pretty isolated and over small areas of Oklahoma. It's not going to be a big line of storms. These are going to be isolated and should last for 5 to 10 minutes maybe. Now, the wind, on the other hand, is another story. We do have winds blowing northwest at about 25 to 30 miles per hour, and that is just steady. Now, we could see some gusts of at least 45 miles per hour. So it's definitely going to be a very windy day here in Oklahoma. If you have anything loose set in your yard, make sure you tie that down because it will get blown away later on today. With the humidity as well, it's sitting at about 55%, and with that wind as well, feeling at about 37 degrees here in Oklahoma. So it definitely is a very chilly day. You want to make sure that you have a jacket jacket or a beanie or something because it is very cold. Let's go ahead and check out our weather headlines real quick. We do have a wind advisory in effect for a majority of the states, so those high winds definitely bring some precautions along with them. We do have a rain chance for this weekend and going into next week, so we could see some more storms, some more isolated storms going into the next week. And with those storms, we will also see some more spring temperatures, so some warmer spring, muggier weather. So, guys, that's all I have for weather right now. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, CJ. Russian forces continue to bombard cities in Ukraine, even after Russia vowed to drastically reduce military assault. U.S. officials are also skeptical of Russia's claims. More than 4 million people have now fled Ukraine.
That's right. And with all of this conflict happening between Russia and Ukraine, the U.S. continues to see inflation across the board, and gas prices are continuing to affect students. And UCentral's Andrea Zuniga has the story.
One of the biggest issues currently worrying the country are the quickly increasing gas prices. This is especially concerning for students here at UCO, where most students typically commute to get to campus.
I don't really mind driving to UCO from Piedmont, not with that being a commuter or anything like that, because, you know, the gas prices were, like, not too bad. I was like, but not only do I have to, like, drive to UCO, but I also have to drive to my internship that I, like, you know, was assigned through UCO, which is in downtown. So now I'm, like, driving downtown and then to UCO, so it's, like, even more money.
Some students are now spending up to $80 on gas per week, meaning go to work, internships, and school.
For so long, every day, there and back. And then I end up having to fill up my tank once a week, if not that. And then it's $50 to fill it up right now because everyone's price gouging.
Some are considering new ways of getting to school, or even moving closer to campus.
Now, instead of, usually I would be like, I drive to my friends and get them, and like we drive around, or I'd always be the volunteer to drive. And now, like, I can't have as many plans, or we have to like kind of split the driving up a lot because I can't be the sole driver anymore because I can't afford it.
College students already were struggling in the economy pre-COVID. With the current 7.5% inflation rate increase in consumer products, college students may have hit another roadblock that will affect their future. From Edmond, Oklahoma, I'm Andrea Zuniga.
Thank you, Andrea. And UCO is now offering a fully online program for Bachelor of Business Administration in Finance. This program will be offered through UCO's Connected Campus. This program offers flexibility and affordability and can be finished in as little as 4 years.
And coming up after the break next month marks the beginning of Asian History Month. Don't go anywhere. More on that later.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
You can achieve a lot using your imagination. I mean, I don't like to brag, but... Wait, who's that? And why is she all over these achievement awards? But with STEM, the sky's the limit. Shaboom! Use STEM to envision... Okay, I'm seeing it. Yeah. Invent...
Got any ideas?
I've got a few, actually. And create a better world.
Told you she's super smart.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at SheCanSTEM.
And April is just around the corner, which means Asian Heritage Month is upon us. And UCentral's Shannon Schwa has the story.
Thank you for having me speak at the opening of...
Asian Heritage Month is coming soon, with the first event of the month starting this Friday. And this time, the events will be in person.
Traditionally, the Asian Heritage Month is supposed to be celebrated in May, but because of our academic schedule, we have chosen to celebrate it in April so that everyone can be in attendance. And Asian Heritage Month is dedicated to the celebration of Asian culture, whether it be international or Asian American.
The month starts off with, well, the Asian Heritage Month kickoff.
Well, we have our kickoff on April 1st from 11 to 1 in Constitutional Hall, where we'll be having several different tea ceremonies from all over the Asian continent. We will also be having our esports event where we'll be learning more about the video game industry and how it came to America, and then we will be having a karaoke night and sushi rolling night.
The events are a collaboration between multiple communities and departments across campus.
As of right now, it's being run mainly through the Asian American Student Association, but we are collaborating with different organizations across campus and even across the community. So we have the International House that we're working with and Global Affairs. We also have the Asian American District Association, who is going to be helping us and giving talks during these events.
From Edmond, Oklahoma, I'm Shannon Chua, UCentral News.
Thank you, Shannon. And again, the weather has been really weird. I almost flew over walking here today.
Right, and if you weren't here for the first part of the show, we touched a little bit on it, but now CJ's going to have your full weather. We'll take it over to him.
Well, thank you guys. It definitely has been a very windy day here in central Oklahoma, and it's going to continue to stay that way, at least for the next couple of days here. So we'll go ahead and show you what we can expect coming for this next week. Let's go ahead and take a look at our weather headlines. We do have a wind advisory in effect for a majority of the state, so we do have that wildfire risk as well that comes with that wind advisory. So if you have anything loose in your yard, make sure you tie that down because it will blow away. We do have a rain chance coming this weekend and into next week. So with that rain, it's also going to bring some more springtime temperatures, some more humidity, and some warmer weather. So let's go ahead and take a look at current conditions around the state of Oklahoma really quick. And as you can see, it is looking very different than what we have been seeing the past week. Very low temperatures. Oklahoma City sitting at about 42 degrees. Guymon 57, Enid 50. So a lot of low temperatures across the state. Not too cold, but it is still very brisk out there. Let's go ahead and take a look at our lows for tonight here in Edmond. We're going to see some partly cloudy skies. 36 degrees is going to be our low tonight, so pretty chilly going into this evening. The winds are going to die down just a little bit. However, they are going to stick around, blowing northwest at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. And that humidity is also going to bump up just a little bit tonight. And that rain chance also is sitting at 0. So tonight, just going to be a cold night. Let's go ahead and take a look at lows around the state of Oklahoma. And as you can see, it's most of the same thing as low temperatures, 30s, high 30s, low 40s as well. Guymon being up there at 28 degrees. So definitely a very chilly night tonight around the state of Oklahoma. Let's take a look at tomorrow's highs. So more of the same from the majority of the state, 60 degrees weather, a couple of 50s here and there at McAllister, Tulsa, Ponca City, and Miami. But for the most part, we are going to hang around the 60-degree mark for the majority of the state. Now let's go ahead and take a look at your forecast for tomorrow here in Edmond. At 7 a.m. for your commute to work, it's going to be a breezy 38 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Make sure you grab a jacket or something on your commute to work. However, that temperature is going to rise throughout the day as we get into noon, sitting at about 49 degrees. And then at about 7 o'clock, we're going to reach our high for the day, which is going to be about 60 degrees. Let's take a look at our 7-day forecast really quick. And as you can see, coming up this weekend on Friday, that's when we're going to see another chance for some storms to make their way into the state, about 40% chance of storms. And then Saturday, Sunday, more of the same. That temperature is going to rise a little bit. And then going into next week, we are also going to see some more storm chances on Monday and Tuesday, 50% and 30% respectively. So guys, it is definitely going to be a wet week here in Oklahoma. We will definitely keep an eye on it. That's all I have for weather right now. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, CJ. And after the break, we will have our Central Music Scene with Tyler Lursch. You don't want to miss it.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Hello, welcome to the Central Music Scene. My name's Tyler Lurch, and I've been a musician for over 10 years, and I'm also involved with the local music scene here in OKC with my own band, Tar Creek. I'll be bringing you all the latest news concerning artists, shows, releases, as well as national music news. Let's get right into it. First for today, the Foo Fighters have announced their cancellation of all upcoming tours and concert dates. This comes after the statement of Taylor Hawkins' death, and the band itself released a statement regarding its cancellations. Here's what they said. It is with great sadness that the Foo Fighters confirm the cancellation of all upcoming tour dates in light of the staggering loss of our brother Taylor Hawkins. We're sorry for and sharing the disappointment that we won't be seeing one another as planned. Instead, let's take this time to grieve, to heal, and to pull our loved ones close, and to appreciate all the music and memories we've made together. As it said in their statement, this announcement comes following the death of Taylor Hawkins. As of right now, no official autopsy has been released for the late drummer of the Foo Fighters, but the Central Music Scene will keep you updated as the story develops. And second for today, indie pop band Wallows has released their second album, Tell Me That It's Over. The album was released on March 25th and reminds me of a late 80s easy pop track. If you're looking for something to bring warmer weather vibes today, this is definitely the album to listen to. If you'd like to check out the album, it's available on all streaming services right now. And third for today, Gerard Way was featured on a black metal song featuring the vocalist and guitarist of Trivium. The track is titled Ronin and comes from the solo project of Trivium frontman Matt Heafy called Ibaraki, along with guitarist Isan. The track was released on March 25th and has already had over 100,000 streams on Spotify and 174,000 views on YouTube. It's an interesting track with a lot of dynamic variants, so give it a listen if you're looking for something different. The track is available on all streaming services right now. And finally for today, if you're looking for something a little different to do and to let your inner emo out, then look no further than Emo Night at 89th Street tomorrow night. Relive all of your favorite bands with a DJ that will play all of your favorite alternative and emo songs throughout the night. Tickets are $15 in pre-sale and $18 at the door, and the event will begin at 8 p.m. Well, that's all I have for today. Be sure to check in next week for more music news. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Tyler. And when we come back from break, UCentral's Devin Bajak will have more on UCentral Sports. Stay tuned.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
You can achieve a lot using your imagination. I mean, I don't like to brag, but... Wait, who's that? And why is she all over these achievement awards? But with STEM, the sky's the limit. Shaboom! Use STEM to envision... Okay, I'm seeing it. Yeah. Invent...
Got any ideas?
I've got a few, actually. And create a better world.
Told you she's super smart.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at SheCanSTEM.
In the land of wonder and awe, you won't believe you see what you saw. Where there's something to do for young and for old, where stories are written and then they're retold. Visit Travelok.com today. Come see for yourself and come out to play.
Welcome back, Bronco Brethren. I'm Devin Bajek, and this is your UCO Sports Update. I got the chance to sit down with Assistant Athletic Director for Media Relations, Chris Brannick, and I got to hear about the new upgrades coming to Chad Richardson Stadium.
The UCO Bronco football team upgraded this offseason with the hiring of three-time D2 Coach of the Year Adam Dorrell as head coach. Similar to how Chad Richardson Stadium is being upgraded.
A lot of the changes this offseason is what we're just calling the expansion project. So making the east side of the stadium look a lot more like the west side of the stadium. So obviously it's been very imbalanced for the last 20 years. In 2004, when we did the last time we expanded the stadium, it gave you a bit of an unbalanced look, and now it's as you can see now, the steel has gone up, which really makes it take shape, and you can see the expansion of the east side. So new bleacher seating, it will add between 1,500 and 2,000 more seats to that side of the stadium, as well as new amenities. Basically underneath the bleachers, a concourse area will have restrooms and concessions. The south landscaping project, there's a waterfall feature that's currently being installed and is moving along quite nicely. That will give, along with several boulders, several trees, a lot of greenery, is going to give that south hill a very unique look. So Chad Richardson Stadium is going to have a look that no one else has.
The upgrades are expected to be done for play in the fall. We'll shift our focus from the gridiron to the baseball diamond. The UCO baseball team got back on the right track yesterday as they defeat rival Northeastern State 9-1. Garrett Takamatsu, the team home run leader, hit his 10th home run of the season. Bo Bondvillain, and no, he's not a Bond villain. He's just a nasty lefty that got the win in 3 innings of work, as he also struck out 5, gave up only 3 hits, and allowed no runs. The team improves to 17-12, sporting a record of 10-7 in conference play. The Chos get that bad taste from last weekend out of their mouth as they prepare to take on one of the best teams in the conference, Pittsburgh State, in a 3-game series this weekend. Pitt State is 19-9 with a conference record of 14-3. Pitt State is also second in the conference behind 23-3 Central Missouri, who are currently 17-0 in conference play. UCO is tied for 4th place with Missouri Southern. It has been announced that Brian Flores has 2 additional coaches attaching their names to his lawsuit against the NFL. Those names are expected to be made public on April 8th. In response to that, the NFL announced yesterday that it will institute a new requirement to the Rooney Rule, requiring 32 teams to hire an offensive coach who is a female or a member of an ethnic or racial minority. Before this added requirement, the rule only forced clubs to interview at least 1 ethnic minority candidate when hiring a head coach. The Rooney Rule was created 2 decades ago in reaction to the firings of Tony Dungy and Dennis Green at a time when Dungy had a winning record and Green had his first losing season in 10 years. Pittsburgh Steelers owner Art Rooney II said this about the new tweak to the rule: "It's a recognition that at the moment when you look at stepping stones for a head coach, they are the coordinator positions. We clearly have a trend where coaches are coming from the offensive side of the ball in recent years, and we clearly do not have as many minorities in the offensive coordinator position." Trae Young and the 38-37 10th place Atlanta Hawks come into OKC tonight to play the 22-53 14th place Thunder. Trae Young averages 28 points per game and has a knack for lighting up his hometown squad. In the 6 games he's played against the Thunder, he averages 21.5 points and 9.6 assists per game. The Hawks need a big game from Trae, and so do the Thunder, as they try their best to improve their draft lottery position. That's going to be it for me. I'm going to alley-oop it back to the desk to Eden and Jackson.
Thank you, Devin. And after the break, we will have one last look at weather with CJ. So don't go anywhere, Broncos.
we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out?
Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look! And welcome back to UCentral News. Right now, we're going to toss it over for our last look at weather with CJ. CJ, take it away.
Thanks, Jackson. Well, it definitely is going to be a wild week here for us in Oklahoma, especially in the central part of the state. Let's go ahead and take a look, one last look at our 7-day forecast really quick. As you can see, going into tomorrow, those temperatures are going to remain relatively the same. And then going into Friday, we're going to see some warmer temperatures, but we're also going to see some more rain make its way into the state as well. And then going into the weekend, those temperatures will continue to rise until we get to Sunday night and Monday morning, when that's where we're going to see another storm system make its way into Oklahoma. And with that, that's going to bring some more thunderstorms and some more rain for most of us here in the state. But it's also going to bring some warmer weather as well, as spring is finally starting to arrive. So definitely it's going to be a wet week here in Oklahoma. Us here at UCentral, we will definitely be watching it and keeping you guys updated. But for right now, that's all I have for weather. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, CJ. And one thing that Devin did not mention was that OU baseball actually beat OSU baseball. What are your thoughts on that?
Indeed, they did. You know, I live a little bit closer to Sooner country, so I'm going to have to say Boomer Sooner on that one. You know, I'm very happy to see that that turn out that way.
Me as well. Sure. That's all the time we have today. I'm Eden Jones.
And I'm Jackson Rowbottom. Stay tuned. Have a safe day and have a good night.